Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here. It's regarding the Open 2021 tournament that starts on Thursday. It is major week, guys. Super excited for this tournament. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. Also making videos for PGA Daily Fantasy Sports and NBA Top Shot. If you're unable to watch my videos, I also upload an Apple Podcast, link in the description below. It is called the DKDFS Show. And if you do have a minute or two, if you could leave a 5-star rating and review, that helps me out a ton. Again, every single rating review boosts me up in those Apple Podcast rankings. If you're interested in signing up for premium content, offer that on patreon.com. Right now, only 2 packages. An esports package, it includes Call of Duty and CSGO, as well as an NBA package. Now, if you sign up for the NBA package, again, we do have Olympic basketball coming up in a couple weeks. That's going to be included in it. And then I include for free these PGA data sheets that you're seeing right now on this screen. And then finally, I want to thank PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode. So there are a couple different ways you can play a PrizePicks, and they already have a lot of players posted for the British Open, or the Open, I should say, that starts on Thursday. 2 different ways you can play. Again, number 1 is you can just take over/under on fantasy points. And number 2 is over/under on single stats. So there's a few different single stats here. You can take over/under on straight up birdie or better. So like John Rahm for round 1 projected for 3.5 birdie or betters. You know, do it the under, do it the over. You can do longest drive. You can do also final finishing place, which is new, I believe. I haven't seen this previously. So a lot of different ways you can play, and it's really fun. Again, you're not playing against anyone, you're playing against the house. So if you guys want to try it out, you can sign up, use the code DKDFS, all one word, link down below. You will get a 100% match up to $100. You put $100 in, you will get a free $100 to play with. And finally, I just want to thank you guys again for the continued support on the NBA videos, live streams, as well as the PGA videos, the Top Shot videos. If you do enjoy this content, if you could, leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos, and you know when I go live. Let's try to aim for 100 likes on this video. Again, every single like allows me to get more viewers on these videos, so it goes a long way, guys. All right, so enough talking. Let's jump into the Open 2021. Again, the final major of the year. We have a loaded field, as we always do for the majors. So what I've included on this spreadsheet here, if you guys are new to the PGA videos, is obviously the player's name on the left-hand side with their DraftKings salary. Vegas odds, so 750 means 7.5 to 1. So John Rahm is currently the favorite at 7.5 to 1 odds to win. Their average points per game for on DraftKings this season. Course history, again, they did not play in 2020, but included 2019, 2018, and 2017, and then a ton of different stroke gained rankings here. A few that I want to focus on for the Open, around the green definitely stands out. You're going to want to be a good short game player for sure. Obviously, approach is always something I am super high on. Off the tee, putting. But yeah, I have a ton of other metrics included here. And again, if you want access to this, you sign up for NBA, you'll get that for free. So let's talk about the guys all 10K plus. So we have Rahm at 11.3, Rory at 10.9, Brooks at 10.7, Dustin at 10.4, and Xander at 10K. So look at the guys again, 10K plus, and the Vegas odds. John Rahm is the clear favorite here, right? Next highest is 16 to 1 odds to win, and that being Rory and Brooks. Again, John Rahm has been in great form recently. You are going to have to pay a premium for him. However, I think there's enough value actually in this on this slate to get him in there. So I think he will be decently popular. And I think for like an optimal build wise, he's probably the guy you want to go to of these top 5 guys. So really do like John Rahm there at the top. Rory and Brooks Koepka I think will be a little bit lower owned. Again, I think a lot of the ownership is going to go to Rahm at the top. So if you want to get a little bit contrarian, Rory, Brooks Koepka, obviously in play. DJ probably will be the lowest owned of the bunch. I would say probably sub 10% owned. He still has some upside, just hasn't been playing as well this season. And then Xander's another guy I think kind of stands out at 10K. He seems to always be popular. I mean, I play Xander a lot too. Course history, he's been good, right? 41st, 2nd, and 20th. I do think the numbers stand or look pretty good for a guy like Xander at this price point. So that's kind of map for the top 5 guys. Again, Rahm probably going to be Rahm and Xander probably the 2 most popular, but I think they look the 2 most optimal of those 10K plus guys. So let's go down to the 9K range. I think Bryson's going to be pretty low owned. I don't know if his game necessarily works well for this course. Again, you don't really have to be a bomber for the Open. You want to be, more focusing on the short game. No, I do think it's going to lower the ownership. He's got cut here 2 of the last 3 years. So I think he'll be pretty low owned. Obviously, he still is up to it. It's still Bryson. He can still win this thing, right? And like I said, DJ, I think the ownership will be pretty low. So don't mind him. Just going to try an option, but definitely not someone that really stands out for this course. Now, a guy that does stand out, has been in really good form, is Jordan Spieth at 9-7. Course history here, 20th, 9th, and won it in 2017. Again, his form has been amazing. He's great around the green, approach. Off the tee is not the best, but a good putter, good tee to green. Really good numbers, plus the recent form has been great for Jordan Spieth. I think he's going to be popular, but again, I think it is for good reason. So got to have a good amount of interest there in him at 9.7K. JT at 9.6 might be a little bit lower owned. Form's been a little bit up and down for him recently. I think if people are going to go to someone in that upper 9K range, they're going to go to Spieth. But don't hate JT. Again, ownership should be a little bit lower there. Louis been in good form as well. Do I want to pay 9.3K for him? Probably not, though. Another guy that kind of stands out to me a lot here is Collin Morikawa. I'm really high on him at 9.2K. He's 33 to 1 odds to win. He's first in approach game. Around the green is kind of average. Around the green is kind of average 70th. 31st off the tee. The putter is not the best, but I like this price point for a guy like Morikawa. I think he stands out in that range. Hovland, Tyler Hatton are fine plays, but they're kind of secondary options for me. So let's move on to the 8K range. Decent amount of guys to talk about here. We have Cantlay at 8.9, Patrick Reed 8.8, Paul Casey at 8.6, Sal Torres at 8.5. My boy Finau has been letting me down recently at 8.4K. Webb Simpson 8.3, Scheffler's at 8.2, Scott's at 8.1, and Justin Rose and Fleetwood are at 8K. So at 8.9K, I do kind of like Patrick Cantlay here. He's 33 to 1 odds to win. Made the cut last couple of years. He finished 12th in 2018. The numbers look pretty good for him. Again, he's 9th around the green. That really stands out. 14th off the tee. Approach is solid. Tee to green is really good. I do like Cantlay. I think he's a little bit underpriced at 8.9K. Let's see. Reed and Paul Casey are kind of just secondary plays for me. Same with Zalatoris. Now, Finau intrigues me. Obviously, he has really good course history here. Finished 3rd in 2019, 9th in 2018. Again, this is just for the Open in general, right? Because it moves around with different courses. But, 3rd in 19, 8th in 2018, and 27th in 2017. The form the last couple tournaments has not been great. He's missed the cut, but the price has dropped. He always seems to get a good amount of ownership in the major tournaments. Now, will he get it again with the recent form? Maybe not. Again, the price has come down, though, and I do love going to him. So I have interest in Finau again, even though he's let me down last couple of weeks. Webb Simpson, another guy that I think his game kind of stands out for this course. However, the form really hasn't been there for him. He's played well here the last 3 years, making the cut all 3 years, and he's 12th in around the green. A good short game player for sure, right? 12th around the green and 21st in putting. However, again, the recent form hasn't really been there, so kind of buy low opportunities, I guess, in guys like Finau and Webb Simpson. You think they can bounce back? The rest of the 8K range, Scheffler, Scott, Rose, and Fleetwood, no one really stands out to me there. So let's move on to the 7K range. A lot of guys to talk about here. We have, 2 years ago's winners, but the most recent winner in Shane Lowry at 7.9K. Again, around the green is decent at 21st. The putter hasn't been great for him. Probably not going to go there. I just think I prefer other guys for cheaper. Let's see. What else kind of stands out here? I think Matthew Fitzpatrick at 7.9K is a decent play. I mean, look at his Vegas odds, right? He's 33 to 1 odds to win as opposed to guys around him 66, 50, 60, 100, 80, right? So I think those Vegas odds kind of stand out there. He finished 20th in 2019, 44th in 2017. Off the tee and putter have been pretty good for him. Around the green is kind of just average. So do some interest there in a guy like Matthew Fitzpatrick. Another guy that I think kind of stands out is Joaquin Niemann. I know the one thing that doesn't look great for him is the around the green game and only 134th, and obviously that is pretty important here, but the other numbers all look really good for him in approach, off the tee, putting, tee to green, birdie or better. So I do like Neiman here at 7.7K. I do think he's a little bit underpriced. Another good short game player here in Jason Day. He's at 7.7. Again, he's obviously always deals with that back injury. He's 100 to 1 odds to win. I'm probably not going to go there, but again, I think his game works for this course. I do like Sergio, but I'm probably not going to pay 7.6 for him. Another guy that I like here, Abe Ancer. I know he's been cut the last couple of years, but I think his numbers beside the around the green look pretty good. Obviously, always a good approach player. Putter off the tee, tee to green, and birdie or better look decent for him as well. And I think I kind of like that discount there at that price. So Abe Ancer. Another guy that I think will be pretty popular here is Daniel Berger. Again, the one metric that doesn't look great there obviously is around the green. Everything else looks really, really solid for him. He was the most expensive player last week. Now he's kind of middle of the pack, right, which is kind of crazy. But I like the Vegas odds there, 66 to 1 odds to win. I like all the other numbers as far as strokes gained for approach off the tee, putting. So I do like Berger. I think he'll be popular, but I think it is for good reason. All right, the rest of the 7K range, Ricky Fowler starting to play a little bit better of late. He's only 7.3, so again, kind of a buy low on Fowler if you believe in it. Last 3 years have been good that he's played. Obviously, he's still not into that form like he was a couple of years ago, but recently, like last few tournaments, he's played better. So if you want to try to buy low on Ricky Fowler, I don't hate that. Another guy I think will get some decent ownership here is Harris English. Been in really good form last couple of weeks here. The numbers, nothing crazy, but a decent around the game in 35th. Putting also solid there, 22nd. I think he will get some decent ownership. Rounding out the 7K range, let's see. Is there anyone else I really want to talk about here? Probably not. Let's see. I will mention Corey Connors. Again, around the green, not great, but everything else looks really good. Approach player, he's really solid. He's 8th in approach. He's 9th off the tee. The putter is kind of below average, but 13th in tee to green, 35th in birdie or better. I think he is a little bit too cheap at that price point. Okay, so let's now kind of talk about these really cheap guys, the guys sub 6K. With these sub 6K, or sub 7K guys, I should say, all you want is for them to make the cut. I think there's definitely some guys we can talk about here. So, let's see. Streelman was decently popular. That last slate, he was about 20% owned. He let a lot of people down. He missed the cut. Probably comes in at pretty low ownership here, but I think he's viable in a course like this at that price. Another guy I think is solid here is Tringale. Only, again, 6.8K, 43rd around the green, 43rd in approach, 23rd in putting. I do like Tringale here as a salary relief play. Let's see. What else? Lucas Herbert. He's been in good form. Again, not really been playing in the PGA Tour, so that's why you don't see any numbers here. But you do see his Vegas odds, 66 to 1 odds to win, as opposed to everyone else around him. So I think he'll get some interest. What else? Again, Hoffman, fine, right? The around the green is where he struggles, but everything else looks good. And he has made the cut the last 3 years. Again, that's all you're really looking for with a guy in this price range. I always don't mind Lanto for some salary relief. 6.7 feels about right, but I think that's playable. HV3 looks decent too here at 6.7. 51st around the green, 46th in approach, 54th off the tee. The putter is a little bit below average, but I think he's a guy that can definitely play the weekend here. All right, so now we're getting to the mid to low 6K range. And I think we got to talk about one guy that's going to be really, really popular here, but I think it's for a good reason. And again, if you're building an optimal lineup, it's hard to get away from a guy like Sam Burns at 6.3K. Look at his Vegas odds as opposed to everyone else in this range. He's 100 to 1 odds to win. Obviously, the round the green is not great, but 20th in approach, 46th off the tee, 29th in putting, 43rd tee to green, 2nd birdie or better. He is severely underpriced here. Now, where should he be priced? Probably in that low to mid 7K range. So definitely underpriced here in Sam Burns. He's going to be popular. Again, if you're building a cash game lineup or even optimal lineup, he's probably someone you want to look to for salary relief. Now in tournaments, right, the larger field stuff, obviously you can make the argument to fade because he's probably going to be 20+% owned for a guy this cheap. But again, a very clear underprice here, and someone I do like if you are trying to build an optimal lineup. But that's probably it for the rest of the 6K range. Not much else really stands out here. And yeah, as far as roster construction goes, I think either build works, right? We have a couple cheap guys we mentioned. Obviously, if you're going that kind of more stars and scrubs build, I think Rahm's going to be popular. Xander probably right behind them. So I think either one works. You can build a little more balanced lineup, kind of in the low 9K, maybe 8 to 7K range. There's a lot of solid plays, I think. So either way works. And again, super excited for major week here with the British Open. Always love watching this tournament. But that is going to do it for the video today, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content, would really appreciate if you could hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Closing in, I believe, 9.4 thousand subscribers. Again, I think about half the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. So if you could, guys, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out a ton. And hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and you don't go live. Thanks again, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.